What's going on, everybody? GemMint here, and it's that time of the year. We're going to do the end of the year 2021 room tour. We're going to go deep and thorough. We're going to start downstairs with the Berserk display, move our way up to the kind of art gallery staircase, into the arcade loft, and finally into this room. And I'm excited to show you guys the full, newly completed statue display up here. Before we get started, I want to give a huge shout out to a partner of ours that we've been working with for about 2 years now. THATSPIDERMANBOOTH.com and Street Level Hero. They've been amazing to us. Make sure you guys support them as well. That Spider-Man booth has the $30 mystery boxes, where one of those boxes has a grail, a GP, a giveaway prize. And you get the 5 comics of retail value anyway, so you might as well just throw your name in the hat. And then Street Level Hero with their exclusive variants. You can save 10% on either one of those by using the code GemMint at checkout. So show them some love. They've been a huge supporter of us. Big shout out to JP. And with that being said, let's go downstairs and check out the Maju Case display. All right, guys, here we are downstairs. Here is the Berserk Maju Case display. I ended up converting this thing to be only the Berserk statues, all from Prime One Studio. These are custom Maju cases that I worked with Brian, the owner, on. I'm gonna go ahead and remove all the doors and we'll get close-ups, and I'll give you the dimensions because I don't remember off the top of my head. But I wanted to put the God Hand up top and the rest of the pieces down bottom. And what I plan to do, once the 2 new Guts pieces come in, I'm gonna squeeze the God Hand together and put them on the ends, kind of bookending the God Hand. But let's go ahead and remove these doors and get some close-ups. All right, so now that the doors are off, I did measure. So these are 43 inches tall, 31 inches deep, and 34 inches wide. So starting on the left here, the God Hand, we have Conrad, disgusting little beetle type of deity. One of the reasons why I had to put the God Hand up top is because characters like that are so short don't really look good on the bottom row here. Then we have Void, the one that branded Guts and Casca. And speaking of Casca, she is on her way, shipping directly from Prime One. And I plan to put her next to Guts on the bottom. Here we have Ubik. I think I'm gonna push him back further and put Void and Slan kind of in front of him a little bit more when I squeeze them together. Here we have Slan. I got that DX portrait going on with the tongue, gives it a little bit more attitude. There's the other portrait in the back. I didn't want to put it back in the box because I feel like her hair is so fragile. I do have some cutie ones. Now, the downside of the white Maju cases, they look great, but when you move statues, oh, it wasn't there. It's right here though. You get this yellow residue from the pads. Now, Brian from Maju Case is sending me some new white fabric. I don't know if I'm supposed to cover it with it, and maybe that's something that he's fixed with the previous, with the newer Maju cases, because that's the only downside. Otherwise, the white looks amazing. Here we have Femto, Falcon of Darkness, breaking up out of the egg. Got the little exclusive Bellet and some cutie one Griffiths there. Down below, we've got Nosferatu Zod in human form with Griffith, the Falcon of Light. Amazing pieces here. Zod is huge, feels like a 1/3 scale character. Then we have Guts in Berserker armor. I love this piece. Very unique, perched up on top of that rock. Got the Draka demons on the bottom. Then we have the Beast of Casca's Dream. I'm gonna tilt that one so that the emblem is facing forward. But I have the Beast with the Sidro here. You got Puck down there, some cutie ones covering up some yellow stains. Then I'm gonna put Casca in between Guts and Isidro. And then we have Guts the Black Swordsman here. Swords up, because we have the height space. But yeah, once those other 2 Guts come in next year, I guess I'm gonna have 4 Guts statues in this Maju case. And I'm okay with that. All right, guys, let's head upstairs and let's get into the arcade. All right, guys, moving up the stairs. You guys might have seen this in my mid-year room tour where I have the posters with the trading cards, the framed 1992 Marvel Masterpieces, the promo poster from there. So that's all still here on the wall leading up the stairs. Then we also have One of my wood pieces here from Brian Cochran. Love this piece. And then moving up the stairs, we have some of my independent books, Dark Horse Manga, IDW, Turtles, and some Image books. And I have some Star Wars Mythos statues up here as well. Asajj Ventress and Darth Sidious from Sideshow Collectibles. Got some canvas Alex Ross stuff. And then we'll get into the loft arcade here. So all my ARCADE1UPs are upstairs now. We'll go there and take a deeper look into them. So first up, we have Marvel vs. Capcom. I love this one, man. Has the online play. It's got the amazing cab art, the light up deck. I have all the stools for these guys. Next, we have the deluxe version of Marvel Superheroes. Also a great looking cab, great buttons and sticks. We got the Mortal Kombat cab. And then we have the Street Fighter Legacy, which it's always on the chopping block because I have Big Blue over there and space is going to be an issue. I got the PCS Turtles, Mikey and Raph right here. Some switch out pieces, some more books. And I figure if I run out of space, that Calyx and the next one I'm going to show you can get out of here and I can put some maybe shelves and have the Turtles up on the wall. But we got the Turtles cab here, the OG one, the only cab that doesn't have the light up marquee. Got Big Blue here, probably one of the best replay values of any ARCADE1UP, playing Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition online. NBA Jam here, also has online play. I'm still waiting on Leo to come through to join Donatello here. There was a little snafu with my piece. But for right now, I have the Venom Spider-Man maquette there. And same thing, Image books, some random stuff here. And I have the PCS, the Iron Studios 1/10 scale Mortal Kombat pieces up on the shelf. And some random knickknacks. Then the latest addition here was the Simpsons cabinet. It's got the arcade game and the Simpsons bowling, which the bowling is probably one of the most fun games that I have up here in the arcade. So those are the ARCADE1UPs. There is still one more, but it's in the main room. Let's take a look at that now. All right, guys, now onto the main room. Now I wanted to remove the desk here so that you guys could really see everything. So let's start off to the left. We have all the Calyx with the books, the OMNIBUS, the statues on top. So we'll do a quick overview and then I'll get real in depth. Here's the other ARCADE1UP, the X-Men, and what probably most of you guys have been waiting for, the new statue display. So I went with the color LEDs because in the past I've had all white light strips for statues here, and it never really matched the way that we had the colorful lights here to the left, and then we had just stagnant white here to the right. So I think it looks better when you have that kind of like consistent colored LED strips. But what I'll do is I'll turn those LED strips white so we can get a good look at those statues behind me. But let's start here. So we have some DC pieces, Sideshow's latest Batman premium format, their latest Bane premium format. We have the OG Lobo. See, sometimes I think the old ones look better than the new ones. So that's a case where I think the old Lobo reigns supreme. Got the new Darkseid. Then we have the latest Sideshow Spider-Man PF. The Silver Surfer maquette. We got the Doctor Strange maquette here. And we got the XM Studios Rhino. This is one of their prototypes. Still just waiting to see if they ever want it back. Got the Sideshow Sabretooth and Deadpool. XM Studios Ultimate Captain America. Sideshow Taskmaster, underrated piece. Here's a little award that I won for the videos that I do with Comic Tom. We got the XM Studios Psylocke and Beast. And XM Studios Spider-Man 2099 and Iron Spider. As usual, I still have the comic book posters, the same ones that have been up there for years. I just searched eBay for comic book posters, and that's what we got. As far as the books, I used to have to own every DC and Marvel omnibus, but as I started running out of space, I started kind of weaning this down to only books that I really love, getting rid of compilation books, getting rid of stuff that I thought I would never read. So right here on the left is all the DC books. I still have the Batman and Superman Golden Age. In the back there, it's the Silver Age Green Lantern and Flash Omnis. I don't know if I'm going to end up getting rid of those. But we got 100 Bullets, American Vampire, Aquaman by Jeff Johns, Animal Man by Morrison and by Jeff Lemire, The Authority, the New 52 Batgirl by Gail Simone, Batman by Neil Adams. We got the Jeff Loeb, Tim Sale, Nightfall, Road to No Man's Land. We have the Rise and Fall of the Batman, Batman by Grant Morrison, and the 2 volumes for the Greg Capullo, Scott Snyder, New 52. Then we have here Batman and Robin by Peter J. Tomasi and Patrick Gleason, Batman Eternal, The Arkham Saga, Black and White, Batman by Paul Dini, Batwoman New 52 Omnibus, Before Watchmen. We have the Books of Magic, Deadman Omnibus, Deathstroke New 52, and also the Christopher Priest, Doom Patrol by Morrison and by John Byrne, the Grayson Omnibus, Ex Machina, the Sleeper Omnibus by Ed Brubaker, Final Crisis. We have the 2 Jeff Johns Flash, plus the Flashpoint and the Flash New 52. Green Arrow, the Longbow Hunter Saga, Volume 1. We have the Jeff Johns Green Lantern Epic with the 3 volumes, plus Brightest Day and Blackest Night. Gotham Central, Hawkman. Then we got Harley Quinn with the Gotham City Sirens, and the 3 Harley Quinn Omnis by Amanda Conner and Jimmy Palmiotti. Hellblazer by Garth Ennis, House of Secrets, Infinite Crisis, Invisibles, Injustice, The Fourth World by John Byrne and by Jack Kirby. Sometimes I have them out of order for and able to fit things on the shelves, so that should probably go after the Jack Kirby stuff. We got the Legion of Superheroes Volume 1, Justice League Darkseid, War Saga. Then we have the Justice League International and Detroit Era, JLA by Grant Morrison, Justice League and Justice League Dark from the New 52, JSA by, is that by Jeff Johns? Lucifer Omnis. We got some compilation books that might end up hitting the chopping block. I don't know, DC 1 Million might stay. I don't know. And then the last one, the last row for DC, we got The Future's End, 5 Years Later, Orion by Walter Simonson, Masters of the Universe, Nightwing New 52, Planetary, Preacher. We got the Red Hood New 52, Seven Soldiers, The Spectre, Superman and the Exile, which I just reviewed, Death and Return of Superman, which I plan on reading next, Superman Batman, Volume 1, Superman by Grant Morrison and by Peter J. Tomasi and Patrick Gleason, Super Sons, which I reviewed back in the day. Then we got Swamp Thing by Nancy A. Collins and the New 52 Scott Snyder run, Teen Titans by Jeff Johns, then Teen Titans by George Perez, as well as Wonder Woman by George Perez and the War of the Gods omnibus. Then we have Wonder Woman, the Agent Diana Prince, Phil Jimenez, Gail Simone, and the New 52 Omnis, Why the Last Man, and 0 Hour. See, this one's going to be a thorough review, guys. From Marvel, Acts of Vengeance, plus the crossovers, Aliens, Volumes 1 and 2, Alpha Flight, Annihilation with Conquest, Atlantis Attacks, August 1961, The Avengers, Silver Age, West Coast Avengers, Amazing Fantasy, which it seems like that was out of alphabetical order for space reasons, Avengers by John Byrne, Avengers The Gathering, The Crossing, and by Kurt Busiek and George Perez. We got the New Avengers, Young Avengers, Avengers by Jonathan Hickman, the Black Widow Omni, and then getting into Cap, Golden Age, Silver Age, Return of Jack Kirby, Mark Waid's run, Dan Jurgens' run, the Ed Brubaker run, the Rick Remender run. Then we got Captain Britain, Captain Marvel, Carnage, Absolute Carnage, Cloak and Dagger. Got Conan by Kurt Busiek. deciding to keep that one. Right now I still have the Cole books, Cosmic Ghost Rider, the U2 plaque, y'all. And we got the Daredevil stuff, Silver Age, Frank Miller, Joe Quesada, Shadowland, Bendis, Brubaker, Mark Waid, Charles Soule, and then into Deadpool, the beginnings, the Joe Kelly, the Deadpool classics, the Deadpool in Cable, the Deadpool by, is that Phil Noto? I forget who this one is. Man, it doesn't say. Daniel Way, the Deadpool minibuses by Poston and Dugan. We got Defenders, Devil Dinosaur, the 2 Doctor Strange volumes with non-matching spines. 90s Doctor Strange, Earth X, Electro by Frank Miller with a custom dust jacket. Empire, Eternals, Evolutionary War, Excalibur, the Fantastic Four, Silver Age, and then John Byrne's run, Mark Waid, Jonathan Hickman, and Matt Fraction. And what I did here, what you guys might notice, I got rid of all the custom Omnis, and I got rid of like duplicate stuff too. Like I didn't need both Eternals Omnis. I just kept the one that had more material. Guardians of the Galaxy Solo Classics, Jim Valentino, Dan Abnett and Lanning, Brian Michael Bendis, Tomorrow's Heroes, Jerry Dugan, then Ghost Rider by Jason Aaron, Hawkeye by Matt Fraction, which is basically the TV show we have on Disney Plus right now. Hellstorm by Warren Ellis, Heroes Reborn and Return. We got Howard the Duck, Incredible Hulk Silver Age, Planet Hulk and World War Hulk, the 3 Peter David volumes, the Jeff Loeb, Ed McGuinness volume, Thanos Infinity Origins, underrated book in my opinion, has great Captain Marvel stuff in there. Infinity Gauntlet, War and Crusade, Thanos Infinity Saga, which is not underrated, Immortal Iron Fist. We got the Silver Age Iron Man by David Michelini and Bob Layton and John Romita Jr., Iron Man by Kurt Busiek, Iron Man by Dan Slott, and The Mask of the Iron Man. We've got John Carter, Kazar, and Loki Volume 1. Then we have Loki by Kieran Gillen, Man-Thing, the Marvel Golden Age Omnis that are out of order, Marvel's First, the 1990s, Marvel Zombies, Moon Knight, Morbius, Miss Marvel, Marvel Cosmic by Donny Cates, New Mutants, New Warriors, Power Pack, and then all the Punisher Omnis, whether it's the original stuff or the Rick Remender, Garth Ennis Marvel Knights, Garth Ennis Marvel Max, and Jason Aaron. We got Runaways, Secret Invasion, Secret Wars 1 and 2, Secret Warriors by Jonathan Hickman, She-Hulk Omnis by John Byrne and Dan Slott. We got S.H.I.E.L.D., Silver Surfer, Solomon Kane, and then the Amazing Spider-Man book. So I love Spider-Man, one of my favorite characters, if not the, but I got rid of 2. I got rid of Tangled Web, and I got rid of Superior Foes. So we kept the Silver Age stuff, Untold Tales, Roger Stern, ASM by McFarlane, Spider-Man vs. Venom. You got Eric Larson, Clone Saga, John Byrne, Solo Spider-Man by Todd McFarlane, J. Michael Straczynski Omnis. We have the Ultimate Spider-Man Omnibus, the 2 Miles Morales with the Death of Ultimate Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, the 3 Venomnis, Squadron Supreme. Again, I got rid of the OG and just kept the one with more material. Then we got Star Wars, the original years and UK collection. And Star Wars will continue on the bottom row here with Droids and Ewoks, Jason Aaron, the 2 Darth Vader Omnis, Dr. Aphra, the Dark Horse reprints. We got Namor the Submariner, and then we have the Thor stuff. So volumes 1 through 3 from the Silver Age, Walter Simonson, which I started reading. Then we got the Heroes Reborn Omnibus, J. Michael Straczynski. Then we go into Thunderbolts, the Ultimates, War of the Realms, War of the Kings, Werewolf by Night. Then some of my favorites, the Wolverine first 2 volumes, Wolverine by Mark Miller, which has Old Man Logan. I snuck in What If for space. The Return of Weapon X, Jason Aaron's trilogy, and then all new Wolverine, X Factor, X Force, Deadpool and X-Force, which is essentially X-Force Volume 2, Cable and X-Force, Uncanny X-Force, one of my favorite Omnis, and then the X-Men stuff. So I think I have every X-Men omnibus right now, going from Silver Age to Bronze Age to Classics to Dark Phoenix Saga, Mutant Massacre, Inferno Prologue, and Regular, Jim Lee, Chris Claremont, Apocalypse, the 12, Onslaught, New X-Men, Astonishing X-Men, Revolution, Grand Design, Legion, and Hoxpox. I should have turned on the white lights when I was showing you guys the books. It just lit up the room so much more. So what I decided to do up here was put all of my 1/3 scale Marvel and DC up here, my Sentinel dioramas, and I threw in a couple of honorable mentions like Hellboy down there and the Transformers and Attack on Titan. I really wanted to get my 1/3 scale Marvel out of the Berserk module case, so that's kind of my thought process here. We have 1/3 scale Captain America and Thor from XM Studios Legendary Beasts. Beautiful pieces. I love Thor. These are IKEA PAX units, guys, and I did reinforce the shelves with metal brackets on the front and back, and metal brackets replacing the plastic ones that come with the IKEA packs. I watched the tutorial from my good friend Mint Collectibles, but don't tag him because he'll be pissed that I did it kind of half-assed compared to him. He's a perfectionist. I just kind of threw this shit together, to be honest, man. So PCS 1/3 scale Venom and Venom Pool. Absolutely monstrous, enormous statues, guys. I mean, think about how they look compared to the Sentinel dioramas, you know? And speaking of which, that was my main focus for this room. The Iron Studios Sentinel dials with all the proximity pieces. So we have the Sentinel Dial 1 with Beast, Rogue, Wolverine, Cyclops, and Jubilee. But we got some proximities in the back here. On a plexiglass stand, we got Sabretooth, Colossus, Professor X, Pyro. We've got Cable, Silver Samurai, and Jean Grey up in the back. For the second dial, we got the 1/10 scale Stan Lee. I thought that was a really good fit. You got Deadpool, Juggernaut, Gambit, and Magneto. And then we have the third dial with Storm Archangel, Psylocke, Shadowcat, and Iceman in the back. We got some proximity pieces here, Omega Red, the Blob, Bishop, and Mystique. And then I thought the Sideshow Sentinel maquette would go really good with these guys. And I think it does go pretty well, you know? He has more lighting on him, though, so he actually looks a little bit better. I got Emma Frost and Nightcrawler, plus his replacement head, which is supposed to look like a damaged Sentinel head in the background. We got the Acme Studios, XM Studios quarter scale Hellboy down here. He's kind of just a placeholder. I don't know. Maybe I'll put more X-Men proximity pieces there when they come out. Then we have the DC 1/3 scale. Love the Cyborg Superman. I think he would have ranked higher on my list for top 10 if he had a sculpted cape. But he still looks good. We got the massive Doomsday. And then moving up, we have a true grail piece, man. The Superman Hush sculpted cape, Prime 1 Studio. That looks amazing. And then right here, hoping PCS makes more of these museum scale Transformers G1 cell shaded. We got Starscream, Optimus Prime, and Megatron. And then down here we have the Attack on Titan, Eren versus the Armored Titan. So here's just another full look at this statue wall. I think it's a huge improvement from the garage shelves that I had. I love how it wraps the wall. That middle piece is also a PAX unit. It's just they have different widths, but the same height. And I did end up kind of, you know, like I said, following BAM's instructions, making little wood panels here to hide the LED strips. But, you know, it's one of those things that looks good from far, but it's far from good. So don't, like, you know, pay too close of attention to it. And there we go, guys. All right, guys, there we have it. That's the whole house tour from downstairs with the Berserk display, moving upstairs to the arcade loft. Finally in here. I have no more room for statues up here. I don't know what I'm going to do. Probably sell some and make room for new ones coming in. Let me know what you think about the tour in the comments down below, and stay minty fresh. Peace.